The next one, which is bucket 2, is you mentioned industrial seed oils, but that's even when you are cooking with oils like vegetable oils, canola oil, that is going to contribute towards heart disease.
Yeah, definitely so. And again, these oils are highly inflammatory, especially when they're heated. So cooking with them becomes even more problematic. Now, understand the whole process of making these oils involves heating them and chemically treating them. And this is what makes them so toxic, so problematic, is the damage that's done to them even, in the process of making them. And then that can be further amplified by cooking them and bringing them up to high temperatures. So I am not an advocate for cooking with them at all. And I'm not an advocate for having them as an ingredient in anything that we're eating. We came to believe, right, that lowering cholesterol was good for our heart health. And then we had these oils that lower cholesterol. And I don't deny that they lower your LDL level. It's just a question of whether that's actually good for your health and how they're doing that. Many of us are rightly critical of epidemiologic data. But, we have epidemiologic data showing these things are problematic. We have the interventional trials that are done with these vegetable and seed oils, and they've all been a failure. They don't show the benefits that they're supposed to show. They don't reduce death overall. They actually increase it in a number of the trials. And they really don't reduce the heart disease deaths when the trials look at it in a good way. There have been a couple of poorly done trials that have purported to show this, but those are, now at this point, discredited trials. And we know the biochemical mechanism by which they cause the damage. When these alterated fats get into our mitochondria, right, the power plants of the cells, they gum up the machinery, right, because our bodies can't process these fats properly. Saturated fats, that we get from animal products that are in nature, and even the monounsaturated fats that might be in things like olive oil, our bodies know and can utilize these. These polyunsaturated fats were never in our environment to anywhere near the amount that they are today. Yes, there are small amounts of them, right? And even in something like, beef, there's going to be very small amounts of these unsaturated fats. They're non-processed, right? So they haven't undergone that whole chemical processing to, and then, they're not oxidized generally when they're introduced from something like beef. But that's a whole lot different. And then the amount of them is really what is the problem. These things have gone up by 50, maybe even 100 times in our food supply over the past 50 to 70 to 100 years. And that's when we see heart disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's disease, all of these things increasing. I now think that it's the vegetable and seed oils that cause the damage in the first place. And then once we have that mitochondrial damage and we have the insulin resistance, now the sugar and the carbohydrates become problematic because our body can no longer process them properly.
And it's interesting to note that the ultra-processed foods contains the refined carbohydrates coupled with the vegetable seed oils, which is exactly what you're talking about. I think people can get confused by that, as probably health experts are also confused which ones comes first and what's the mechanism of disease and why does disease happen.